Hi, Taurus and Taurus rising. Here's your horoscope for December 2024. I'm astrologer Joseph Anthony. All right, here we are at the last month of 2024, and we're kind of going to go out with a bang in a way. But many of you who are sun sign Taurus or rising sign Taurus, this is a general overview, okay? Very general, because I don't have everybody's birth chart, and everyone's birth chart and birthday is different. But I'm going to give you, some highlights here of what to look out for, because this is a big month, because we have Mars going retrograde. We have your ruler Venus that's going to switch signs and conjunct powerful Pluto. We've got a Mercury retrograde as we start off the month in your 8th house. And then last month we had a very strong full moon in Taurus, which also conjuncted Uranus. So what this means is there's a lot of changes either in the work environment, relationships, or there's going to be stuff that's going to have to do with family matters and family dynamics that are going to start this month and continue into the next few months. And there could be some confusion. There could be something you have to revisit from the past. The past is definitely calling this month. But there may be, again, many surprises in the mix, because your ruler Venus will be conjuncting Pluto at the very top of your chart. So this could be anything from friends, groups, associations, organizations, your job, whatever it is. So we are definitely, in a very changeable mindset and a bit of confusion, because Mars is going to slow us down. When Mars goes retrograde, there's a tendency to go within ourselves. And so we're trying to push forward, and it's like going through mud. And so that's the kind of energy we have this month. So I'm going to dive in a little deeper and give you an idea of what to look forward to. Of course, there will be also the extended version of this horoscope reading in my inner circle. I left a link down below if you want to join. But let's start off and talk about this new moon in Sagittarius on the very first day of the new month. And so this will be at 9 degrees of Sagittarius. So wherever that is in your birth chart, that's the area that's going to get lit up. And it happens to be in the 8th house of transformation, financial matters, investments, other people's money, sexuality. So this one has a bit of a lot of pressure, because it's making an alignment to Saturn right there. It'll be a square. So there's a bit of confusion or uncertainty about a financial matter, or something to do with some sort of change or transformation, possibly having to do with another person, And so this is going to be on your mind quite a bit the first, let's say, couple of weeks of December. All right, so this is going to be a little challenging, just a little bit, because of where it is and how it's being affected. And of course, Mercury is retrograde, which means going back. So you're having to revisit something from the past having to do with this new moon. Now, what's so interesting this month is we have 2 new moons. At the end of the month, we have another new moon. It's going to be in Capricorn right here, and I'll cover that in a little bit. But so this one here, even though it makes a decent connection to Mars in the 4th house, this could have something to do with the home life, could have something to do with family, could have something to do with land, real estate, children, anything pertaining to that, because it will be making a favorable alignment to Mars, even though Mars is slowing down. So look for these areas to be highlighted: financial matters, investments, taxes, in credit, banking, loans. All of that stuff falls under the umbrella in the 8th house. So keep an eye on that one, okay? But Mars goes retrograde in Leo on the 6th, right here. It is in stationary position. Now, this is revisiting something from the past. Usually the 4th house has to do with the home life, the family, childhood memories, all of that stuff. And so as this Mars continues to go retrograde, you're really questioning where you belong. Should I live here? Should I remodel? Should I do something with the family? Should I take care of this regarding my children? All of that stuff is going to be on your minds. And Mars will, like I said, slow things down. Now, Mars will stay retrograde all the way until about January the 5th or the 6th of the new year, and then it'll retrograde back into your 3rd house. So again, once something from the past will resurface, having to do with thinking, processing, land, family dynamics. So it's going to be hovering down here below, on the bottom part of the chart. So this is going to be a very interesting time for many of you. Okay, I'm not saying anything bad, but it's just going to be this nostalgic feeling that many of you are going to have with this Mars retrograde, and it will slow down the momentum. Mars will slow down the momentum. Now it'll come out of retrograde, I believe, at the end of February, and then it'll pick up speed again. But it's going to be making some interesting aspects back and forth, and I'll cover all of that in the New Year's horoscope. Now, your ruler Venus on the 7th. Now, the 7th is a big day because look at Venus right there, conjuncting powerful Pluto. So this is going to be a day, or at least a couple of days on either side, where the energy is very strong, and there's some major surprises and changes that come into the mix at this time. This could be, meeting very important, powerful people, or a relationship changes, or getting a lot more recognition and notoriety, or a relationship, goes sour, and there's major changes and misunderstandings in the mix. Remember now, at this point, we have Mars going retrograde, we have Mercury going retrograde. So there could be a lot of confusion around financial matters, or another person, or a situation. Maybe you're dealing with, an agency or a government or a job or somebody in a powerful position that is, kind of rubbing you the wrong way or bringing your attention to something. Okay. Again, I'm going to suggest it's financially oriented. Maybe you have to spend a lot of money on something, and that is very possible here as well. Okay, and it could pertain to the home, it could pertain to the family, could involve a child. That's all in the mix. Okay, so just keep an eye out for all this, because Jupiter is also retrograding your second house. Uranus is retrograding your first house, and this retrograde Mercury is, it's causing a lot of deep psychological changes here. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Now, Neptune will go direct in Pisces, which is good. We already have Saturn that's gone direct. Now Pisces is going to go, Neptune in Pisces is going to go forward. So this is about imagination. This is about thinking about the future. This is about charity. This is about, taking care of others in some way or influencing them in some way. And so you can see there's a lot of energy here in the 11th house of hopes, wishes, and dreams for the future. And so with Neptune going direct, this can absolutely help you with your imagination, your intuition, as it begins to move forward. So you can see here that the 7th is a very big day for many of you. Okay, so keep an eye on all this. Now, we also have the full moon in Gemini, which is going to be on the 14th into the 15th. It'll be in Gemini right here at 23 degrees of Gemini. It'll be closely aligned to Jupiter. Not a complete conjunction, but it will still be aligned. And so what this is suggesting is something to do with financial matters. You might be overspending on something. Maybe there's, surprise expenses that come in out of nowhere that you need to take care of. Information, something to do with a sibling or a neighbor or somebody that you're helping out. An organization. This is all in the mix here, with this conjunction taking place with Jupiter here in your second house of income and value. It may also be coming to some sort of realization about what you can and cannot do with an investment or a financial matter. Okay, so you need to keep an eye on this one too. So you can see here it's a very tricky month, at least until the second half of the month. And so because of Venus, because of the retrogrades of Mercury and Mars and all of these activations from the 2nd and the 8th house, which has to do with your values, investments, monetary issues, all of that is on the table. Now, Mercury goes direct on the 15th, right there in stationary position, which should help out quite a bit over the next couple of weeks as you get some clarity in this area, having to do with whatever it is that you're involved in here, okay? And so this is going to bring some clarity, some vision, some understanding to a current situation. And again, it could involve a family member or a career or a job or your presence in the public in some way. Now, The sun enters Capricorn on the 21st, as it always does in the Western astrology. And here we have it entering the 9th house. So things now are starting to resolve themselves. You're feeling a little bit more optimistic. You're getting things done. You're moving and grooving. And this will help because Capricorn is an earth sign like yours. Okay, and Mercury has come out of retrograde. So this is going to help out a lot. But even more so is the second new moon this month in Capricorn that's also going to light up the 9th house. So this is going to be very important because this sets you on a new course and a new path, new direction, and you're looking at the future in some new way. So keep that in mind. Okay, now this is the second new moon in a month. Normally this would be considered a blue moon, but it's not because of the time of the year. This is considered a black moon. A black moon means that because the sun is very low on the horizon, we cannot see the new moon. So we call it a black moon. Okay, and it doesn't have anything to do with darkness or anything like that. It just means that we cannot see the moon as it's going into its first, phase into the new cycle. So anyway, I just want to give you a heads up, but this looks pretty good. This new moon looks really good. Not that the other one didn't. It was just more confusing, and maybe there's some financial opportunities, but now you're getting to recognize or see those financial opportunities for what they are. Okay, so keep that in mind. So you're going to end the year, chopping at the bit, trying to get things done, making a few moves, really thinking about where you want to be in terms of your career and where you want to live and so on. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my inner circle. And as you can see here on this slide here, I'm going to be doing an extended reading on this, another 5, 6, 7 minutes. And I'll give you a little bit more of a deeper insight into what's going on. So if you're a Taurus rising or a Taurus sun, we'll dive in a little deeper. And as you can see here from the slide, there's so much more. I do weekly astrologies as well. We just started doing remote viewing. You could learn astrology. So consider joining the community because it's growing, and some of the wonderful people every week on the Zoom calls, we're interacting and discussing their birth charts, or we're discussing current events. And, I could talk a lot more freely on that platform. Anyway, so enjoy the month. Have a great new year. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.